go and say that Freax website was a mistake, yeah.
And welcome back to the Twitter Freaks. First and foremost, we got Darkside Phil on the show. I'm a big fan of Darkside Phil. This is my fucking guy. Watch how he eats a bar of chocolate.
Pretty chunky wafer, right? Pretty big width there.
First off, love that he's described it in that way. The chunky width of the big wafer. Let's see.
All right.
Jesus Christ. Gotta love him. You gotta love him, God. Look at that. Oh my God. He is the throat goat. They call him the glizzy wizard for a reason.
Big width there.
Oh yeah. Oh, okay. Let's get into the news. First and foremost, Kanye West, All of the Lights. This one just made me crack the fuck up. Kanye West, listen, he's a bit of a controversial figure. I personally have always stood behind him. I'm not a fan of everything that he's ever done, but I really appreciate the anti-Semitism of late. Anyway, here's him at All of the Lights. Here we go. It's the greatest song ever written. Here we go. He's rigged a pyrotechnic show up to his flagship song. Here we go. Well, credit where it's due. That is All of the Lights. Wow. Is he bombing Gaza? No, quite the opposite. Finally, Hamas has found their new leader. Holy shit, man. Oh, man. Oh, this is the Golden Dome. Yeah, how to beat the Iron Dome. Oh, okay. All right. Next up. Okay, so I want to talk a little bit about the elections that happened last week. So Francesca Hong was a left-leaning character who was expected to win her election and then didn't. She lost by a sliver. And there's been a lot of finger pointing about why that was. I think, personally, my argument is that Bernie and AOC did not line up behind her. It really was a difference of inches, and it is very visible when they don't endorse someone. She was kind of getting it from all angles because she hadn't mastered the ultimate political tactic, which is to lie. People were like, she had like an old tweet that was like, Thanksgiving is a colonizer's holiday or something. And they were like, do you dislike Thanksgiving? Here's the answer. No. But she was like, well, and it was like, just lie. And so the election became a referendum on if Thanksgiving is okay. She did no TV ads. It was a really weird strategy. Anyway, it looked like it didn't matter. Because she was so far up in polls. In fact, one poll had her up 23 points. Or did it? It says, as suspected, the last-minute Hong plus 23 poll from a mysterious polling organization turned out to literally be a fake poll as part of a social experiment. Median Strategies has concluded its polling project, and will not publish additional polls. Median Strategies was created as a short-term social experiment examining how purported polling information could enter and spread through political information ecosystems without independent verification. Thank you for your understanding. First and foremost, awesome. Like, keep this up, folks. Really funny stuff. There's actually a couple of polling organizations that are doing this. And they operate to this day. Bitler Nation. No, I mean, this is like something I would do over the course of a weekend. Cambridge Analytica. They were just checking if you could make things up, and you can. What was the one that was like, it was during one of the midterms. They were like finding consistently way in favor of Republicans. And they were like, yeah, we take a sample and then we apply a corrective approach. And people were like, what? And they were like, yeah, we just throw like a plus 10 R in there just to make sure that things go the way we want. All right, next up. Okay, this whips ass. There's an AI Christian streaming tool called Verso that you can link to your music streaming accounts, and if a bad word or sinful topic comes up in the song, you receive this notification. If you so desire, you can click the Forgive Me button, which immediately absolves you. So 2 things here. Firstly, I do like they're doing that Dan Henschel approach to forgiveness. You are forgiven. But secondly, What do you mean he can keep watching? Jesus is watching you. He can keep watching. Things are going to get real interesting. Kinky. All right, next up. Okay, so last week when you were here, we talked a little bit about this Chinese film, which sucks ass. This video made by a mother and son duo grossed almost $1,000, the year's lowest theatrical gross of all time. Well, after this clip went viral, it has now become the most profitable film in the history of time, making, I think, well over $1 million for people just going to it to check it out against a $7,000 won budget. Listen to this packed theater enjoying this video. Stop going to the movies, ironically. Yeah, I mean, that's fine. You can do this. I would like to see it. I don't know if it is getting a theatrical release in America. I have to imagine it won't. I would go see it. This looks like fun. Due to the lack of posters, the cinema thoughtfully created posters. It's pretty good, honestly. Oh, man. It is now in 4th place, beating Spider-Man Brand New Day. That's so good. Nolan's still beating the fuck out of it. Holy shit. Oh, my God. Oh, man. Next up. Okay, this one is awesome. So, in case you've been paying attention to kind of American politics, the current issue du jour is data centers. And it's not hard to see why. Right now, the American economy is in free fall, but for one industry, which is AI. In fact, if you take AI out of the equation, it's pretty clear, like, no growth is happening anywhere. But these 4 or 5 AI companies are, like, spit swapping their cash around, fleecing investors, which is giving us kind of the illusion of growth, right? And the problem is none of these companies, like, build or do anything, but they require an immense amount of energy. And as a result, these data centers have been, like, the real tangible effect of these companies existing is your community might receive a little bit of economic development in the form of a big building with a computer running in it all the time. Now, the downside is the construction requires jobs, but the maintenance requires, like, one guy. So it doesn't actually revitalize any economy. And these things are, I would say, ecologically probably about as bad as, like, a black hole in the middle of your city. You know, if they put them close enough to where people live, all those people get sick. They get illnesses you would only get in, like sci-fi novels. There's a question about how much water they use, and we'll get to that momentarily. But it's resulted in this huge backlash against these because I think people recognize, even in a best of all possible worlds, this represents like the tech elite getting more powerful. So data centers have become the hot button issue in the newest cycle of elections. And this person is like, how do we sort of massage the data center issue to get people to swallow it? And I think they've come up with a great idea.
Whether they're right or not, they're going to lose on the politics. How do Republicans message this, Jesse?
Rebrand it. And data centers is kind of nerdy. People don't like data. Call them like galaxy castles, right? Something like fresh. Right?
Great idea.
And everybody wants a galaxy castle around town, right?
Not really. No, I would say that sounds more nerdy. This is how they manufactured consent for Iran, and it didn't work. I don't want to be a bitch about it, but, like, the shooters they had for the Afghanistan war were just on a different level than these people. Like, they're trying to manufacture consent for a big building that makes infinite money for the county, and they can't do it because people hate how they look and sound and smell, and you know, they fucking suck. So previously we were able to get people to do whatever we wanted. Now it's like, well, our cheerleaders are Jesse Waters, and he said we should call them Galaxy Castles. These guys would never be able to lie about Pat Tillman. They would be like, before being shot by his associates, Pat Tillman said that he hates transgenders in women's sports, right? Okay, next up. On the opposite side of the spectrum, we have the imperial nation of North Korea. Remember, the DPRK is a friend of the channel. We do support Kim Jong-un on this channel. North Koreans are being told to drink 1 liter of beer to handle the country's heat wave. Officials say it is an effective health drink for dispelling the heat, but that claim is disputed by doctors. All right, well, first of all, fuck you. If you're a doctor disputing this, die. Fuck off. I'm going to go buy a bushel of apples to keep your ass away. I mean, listen, if the state compels me to drink a liter of beer a day to deal with the heat wave, I mean, who am I to disregard the great leader's judgment? I mean, honestly, he's probably put a lot of thought into it. Oh, sure, beer in hot weather. What could go wrong? I know. I mean, I guess I have to. This message is being sent out on state TV. Well, I guess, if you insist. This message was sponsored by New Norm, who has been expatriated from the United States after the influx of woke beer in his home nation. He has fled as a refugee. They call it the Supreme Liter. Oh, that's pretty good. That actually is pretty good. Don't they literally dehydrate you? What are you, a fucking doctor? Get the fuck out of here. Shut up. All right, next up. All right, this is so good. Darlene Graham just bumbled through one of the worst responses to a question during a political debate you'll ever see. Okay, so this question is about, I guess, something we may get to a little later in Freaks, which is the Asia pivot is over. The United States is running out of guns. I don't know if you know this, but the short of it is we're out of munitions. We did the Iran war so badly and so destructively that we're kind of out of like Patriot missiles and everything that makes up our arsenal. So as a result, we are removing a lot of our presence in the South China Sea, right? So the question here is, what are the implications of that?
Senator, are Taiwan and the South China Sea national security issues for the United States? If so, why?
I'm sorry, could you repeat the question?
Are Taiwan and the South China Sea national security issues for the United States, and if so, why or how?
I want you to do your best to guess what she's going to reply with.
I'm just going to be honest here. I'm not on national security. I'm not that informed on national security, but I do support the military. My brother was in the Air Force for 33 years, so I will do everything I can to support the military. My dad was in the Army. I'm not a polished politician up here. National security is not my thing, not my area of expertise, but I do support the military.
You're running for Senate! What are you talking about?
Congressman, I'll give you a chance to respond.
What do you even say in response? Well, I do know about national security because that's the job I'm running for. Hey, I don't know too much. I'm not a polished politician. I'm not a fancy, what is it? You said Taiwan? What the fuck is that? Some kind of dish down at the local bodega? Yep, I remember them from when I went to get Chinese food. I was told I could learn on the job. Yeah, exactly. We're talking shit. She's going to win by Assad numbers. Yeah. The Lion of Damascus has reemerged in this lady. Assad is addicted to Xbox now, and this is our new leader. Holy shit. I've been known to Taiwan off from time to time. Yeah, exactly. This reminds me of the Family Guy episode where Lois was trying to run for mayor. She should have been like 9/11. Yeah. All right, next up. All right, so are things going good in the homeland? Well, let's just check it out. The following foods have now been recalled: blueberries, lettuce, shell eggs, mixed berries, pistachio butter, green powder supplements, jalapeno dips, soup kits, salad dressing, granola, dog food, jalapeno peppers, pizza, dried herring, cheese, infant formula, Jesus fucking Christ, cheese, cottage cheese, organic moringa capsules and powder, herring, mushrooms, parmesan, cheese, croutons, tahina, specialty beverages, green supplements, powdered beverage mixes, formula, potato chips, pork rinds, seasoning, snack mix, sour cream and onion cheese curds, popcorn, coleslaw, pita chips, chocolate bars, white cheddar seasoning, herring. Hello. Oh, thank you. Folks, the in-laws are here, and they have given me delicious ice cream. This is the greatest flavor of all time, Cookie Monster. Thank you. I appreciate it. Hopefully that's not on here. Garlic, cheddar cheese, brain tonic supplements, dried fish, salmon products, cream cheese, tofu, chicken treats, yellowfin tuna, chia seeds, green superfood supplements, tamales, shrimp paste, chocolate bars, sea moss gel, and cheese products. Great. Fantastic. I mean, I don't know. I know there are consequences for like totally destroying the FDA and all organizations that regulate, the safety of our food, but how many are they going to have to do? The one this week was that sourdough, some brands have been recalled for glass risk. There was glass inside the sourdough. Like, I don't know. At what point do we step back and be like, maybe we shouldn't have made all the food poison? That's probably not good. This is the fall of Treat Nation, for real. Holy shit. Did you see blueberries were called for reasonable probability of death? Great. That's that's great. Cheap beef though? We'll get there. Do you think it's beef? All right, next up. Okay, this was interesting. A man who has been reviewing benches since 2019 gave his first perfect score. He gave a 10 out of 10 to a bench in South Gloucestershire, England, that he visited with his wife moments after they were married. First off, I appreciate that there are still insane people doing shit like this, like rating benches. Second off, this really calls into question his credibility as a judge, right? Like, happy for you, but clearly he's biased here, right? Like, in fact, if you look at the responses, the same seat had previously earned a 9 out of 10 rating. Gave it a whole point for getting married. I mean, that's not anything the bench did. I will say that looks like a damn fine bench. That is a nice looking bench. Look at that thing. I read this article earlier, and he cares very much about it being a wooden bench, but be maintained. Look at this. It looks awful. This bench sucks. I will say though, me personally, I just don't understand this kind of bench. See, in America, it would here. We'll just do it real quick. Well, first off, in America, so one specific thing would change, which is this right here. But second off, what we do is we would have like let me use the eyedropper. We would have like right here, and right here, and right here, and right here, and then we'd have a little maybe a little spikes, and then in the back we would have maybe like a big circle, and inside the circle is like just like fill this with be like a McDonald's ad, right? And there would be some vapes on the floor. Exactly. Yeah. Don't forget the hole in the middle for wheelchairs. Yeah, exactly. Flock under the leg. A flock pointed up directly at this man's dick. We'll get to flocks. Don't worry. All right, next up. Okay. Landlord versus cops. Who you got? Okay, so a trillion police officers were dispatched to the second story of a Missouri home, and look at what happens to them. Holy shit. These guys needed the McDonald's bench. They go up to the top. There's like 15 of them, but they didn't have enough tactical gear to beat the collapsing balcony on the apartment. Oh, no. Hold on. What are you going to do? All right. No one got hurt. So. But I think the people on the second floor probably must have gotten away with it because you can't get up to them. The lowest bidder strikes again. Okay. Next up. Kazakhstan paid $520,000 for this game to promote Kazakh language. It was pitched as a high-quality story-driven strategy RPG with quests and unlockable locations. Instead, the final product looks like Subway Surfers with language quizzes. First off, I don't know where you're getting Subway Surfers. This looks totally innovative. Second off, the person playing sucks dick. We're looking for an A. Dude, you gotta get an A. There we go. We're looking for a 3. Nope. Dude, where is the 3? They're not handing us a 3. There's the 3. Are we going to get AH? Not yet. There's an H, but too early. I thought that might have been it. Oh, this is A for sure. Yep, and then... Oh my god, we didn't get to see it. Anyway, so here's what I'll say. Listen, I know that they expected a high-quality, story-driven RPG. The kids are going to play this. The kids are honestly going to play this. This is looking like fucking Roblox game. This is a lot more alluring to brain-rotted little children. Clash devs still getting work is good to see. Man, you are going in on that one. Oh, man. Kazakhstan is undergoing a vibe coding epidemic right now. Can we play this instead of Yu-Gi-Oh? Kinda. All right, next up. All right, we got to talk about James Fishback. So James Fishback is that candidate that we've been following a little bit. Remember he said like Pop-Tarts or Goy Slop or whatever. He's kind of like the racial candidate. He was like the racist candidate in this race for the Florida governorship. He ended up losing by a whole bunch. Why is this guy's name a slur? Fishback? Well, it's like a slur for the sea people. No, a slur for Atlanteans. He ended up losing by a lot, but that didn't change how people talked about him, which is this. James Fishback is winning every college campus precinct Vote Hub has examined tonight. UCF's sample is too small to draw conclusions, but Fishback won, 4 of the 6 votes. Oh. I was like, that's crazy. Like, yeah, this guy lost, but he's prepped for the next generation of Republican voters who are overwhelmingly fascist. Wait, he won 4 of the 6 votes? I would have to imagine that that's like one guy's dorm, right? Like a dude and his roommate twice. One of locals. Yeah, this is a Genesis regional. Come on, be reasonable here. Okay, next up. Okay, let's talk about Flock. I reached out to Flock Safety for comment on privacy concerns with their expansive Northern VA camera network. This is what I got back. First and foremost, millennials should not have jobs. You read this and tell me that millennials deserve jobs. Thanks for reaching out to Flock. Our media team is currently touching grass and taking a break. Unlike our cameras, we can't work 24/7, so we'll get back to you when we've had a snack and regain the ability to form coherent sentences. Me when I run the fucking surveillance state. We're taking a freaking mental health day. Oh, man. What if Big Brother was a millennial? Yeah. Soy occupied mass surveillance state. The National Soy Security Administration. That's pretty good. All right, next up. Okay, back to Kim Jong-un. This is after his leader of beer thing. Here's Trump talking about him.
Thank you, everybody, very much. Thank you.
Are you exchanging written letters with Kim Jong-un?
I can't tell you that.
And are you hoping
But I get along with him.
you
And you know
hoping
what?
for
The fact that I get along with him, that's a good thing, not a bad thing.
Are you hoping-
He has 57 very powerful nuclear weapons. Should have never allowed it to happen.
He does?
They should have never allowed it. If I were president, I wouldn't have allowed it. But he's got them. I get along with him very well. I can't let Iran have a nuclear weapon.
I don't think I would have just said that. He's got 57? Did we know they had nukes? We did. We expected they had a nuke. But for him to be like, he has 57. I can't wait for him to be like, yeah, CJ, he is going to be like, the Israelis, I have to do what they say because they do have nukes. He's just going to disclose that they're a nuclear nation. Oh, my God.
And I know Kim Jong-un very well, and he's going to be fine.
He's going to be fine. Yeah, he's having a liter of beer a day. All right, next up. Oh, man, today is Bad Poetry Day. This is so good. I always love making fun of bad poetry, but this is a good one. Death to all free verse authors. This is your sign. Check his phone. Go through his TikTok likes, Insta saved, screen time, deleted apps, Reddit, Discord, Twitter. You'll look at him different. You can check deleted apps? Uh-oh. Just not a poem. Yeah, first off, just not a poem. This is healthy. Do this daily. This doesn't even rhyme. This one at least rhymes. I accidentally used your toothbrush today, but I didn't mind, because it's the closest I can get to your kiss. Then I remember where your mouth has been, and I got really fucking pissed. Oh. It's an ABCDEF rhyming scheme. Oh, we were just trying to get to G. All right, next up. Okay, back to Flock. This one is just shocking. So Flock spotted this Colorado woman's truck around the time and location of a package theft. What ensued was a Kafkaesque scene in which she insisted it wasn't her. But an officer came to the door and said he had indisputable proof, but wouldn't show her unless she admitted to the theft. He says it is her. It's 100%. It's locked in. There's zero doubt. But the police dropped the case after she provided her cell phone tracking data, camera footage from her truck, and video placing her elsewhere at the time of theft.
Everywhere in that town. You can't get a breath of fresh air in or out without us knowing.
First off, great thing to hear from the rip.
You know the quality on the camera doorbell you have.
Yep.
I've got that on my phone right now of you taking that package.
Where is this place?
I just told you.
I don't know what it is.
Okay, I have you on camera.
Okay.
You taking a package and walking away. Is there any reason why you would have done that?
Nope.
You were in town from 11:52 until 12:09 exactly. Like I said, nothing
Look, he's so thrilled to be like, we know.
gets in or out of the town without us knowing about it.
52 a.m.
Yes.
on the second. See, I need
And
a phone and all this crap.
and here, well, I can show you. And here's when you left at 12:09. That's when you left town.
To get.
No, to stop at Ridge Trail
Wait a minute.
and take a package. Well, there's no shushing. I don't
Yes,
need to
there
be.
is. I need to know where this is.
It doesn't matter. I'll be giving this all to you. If you're going to deny it to me,
Yes.
I am not going to help you with any courtesy. It is her. It is 100%. It is locked in. There is zero doubt. I wouldn't have come here unless I was 100% sure. 100%.
It's awesome to just have that footage and then be wrong.
It is certain. It is on video. You're obviously welcome to go to court.
Okay, by video evidence, you have the ring and you have my truck. And that is it.
Nope. Everybody in the town of Bomar has a camera.
Oh, I don't doubt that.
I'm just telling you. I know it's unbelievable to you. I get that. I get that this is a shock to you. But I am telling you, this is a lock. 100%, no doubt.
Okay, so it's 100% doubt a lot.
It's 100%, no doubt, a lock. She did this. I'm sorry, but it's true. I don't make these things up.
Man making something up. That's crazy.
So there's your summons. Like I said, it is December 2nd at 8:30 in the morning at 100 Jefferson County Parkway. And obviously you are welcome to, well, you have to appear for this.
Well, there's no way we can see this video or anything now.
If you go to court, you may.
Is there's no way we can see it now?
Because you have not been honest with me, so I'm not going to extend you any courtesy of showing you a video when I don't need to.
But I can show you videos.
No, you cannot.
Yes,
I can show you.
Okay, show me then.
No, you're not being honest with me.
Yeah, listen, you're not being honest, so I don't have to show you that you're not being honest, you know?
That's fantastic. Please do, because I've got to video you.
I honestly, if someone starts doing this to you, this is the right move. Call a fucking attorney. Holy shit. Please do. Loses. Like, oh my God. Oh, man. Can't get a breath of can't get a breath of fresh air without us knowing. Oh, man. Can I call you instead as my legal counsel? No. Okay, next up. Okay, this whips ass. Following accusations, James Pond legacy devs say no generative AI was used in creating artwork. Earlier today, System 3 announced that James Pond Legacy, The Pond Is Not Enough, will make its first splash on Nintendo Switch 2 in October 2026. Oh. Gamers were quick to lob AI accusations at the artwork. All you'll need to do is head to the comments and you'll see account after account making AI claims. It seems System 3 may have expected such a reaction, as they've released multiple statements pushing back on the accusation. No generative AI was used in the creation of the artwork. Every stage began with the authentic original James Pond graphic and was completed using traditional digital illustration, 3D rendering, and manual artistic refinement. Okay? And to show that this is the case, and I'm so happy this is true, they've released the development process of some of their characters. So this is one of the bad guy characters. Let's look at the process together. Okay, so we first got, it says clean up original retro character in Photoshop. Then we've got redraw in Illustrator and Photoshop. Interesting redraw, by the way. Very interesting redraw. It looks very similar to, you know what, it's a little yellow. 3D render process, where I guess they've just forgotten one of the horns. And then clean up and paint over in Photoshop. Wow, that's so interesting. How interesting. How strange. That's how it works. For anyone here who does illustration, this is how it works. This is just 4 different AI filters. It's just 4 different AI filters. Oh, man. Good. Looks good. I mean, what do you fucking... what on earth could you say about this? Rendering process. And the render was done. All right, next up. Okay, speaking of people who are hopelessly addicted to AI, here's a great one. Reels shows me the funniest people on earth. This is the app that haunting me and preventing me from going forward in my life. Despicable Me, $14.99. Super Grok Plus, $1,000. Somebody help me budget. Super Grok Plus, $1,000. My family is starving. Spend less on Super Grok? No. Oh, man. Unbelievable. Okay. Friend of the pod, Nick Shirley's in the news again. He went to see the California State Assembly Chief of Staff. And I don't know what this is. He's there because someone in the government made a bill called the Stop Nick Shirley Act. Now, if you're unfamiliar with the Stop Nick Shirley Act, what it does is remedial English education to prevent people from ending up like him. But he's been facing a lot of opposition since he got into the county. Let's just see what that opposition looks like.
What do you think, Nick? What did that do for you?
Mia Bonta, do you think her creating a bill that would make it basically illegal, give someone a $4,000 fine for looking into immigration support service providers?
Did you guys hear that Nick Shirley has a small penis, allegedly?
Wow,
oh my God, is that true? I actually just heard that as well. I just heard that actually, that allegedly Nick Shirley has a small penis. Hold up.
So adult of you.
Did you hear about this? Nick Shirley allegedly has a small penis. Well, I don't know. This is what they're reporting.
Yeah, I mean, I don't think we have any confirmation, but that's being reported. I mean, I have allegedly heard it.
Have you seen this?
Well, the reports are wrong.
They're reporting. Well, we don't know. Prove me wrong.
No. I don't do that.
Prove me wrong. It was good enough for Charlie Kirk. Prove me wrong.
You know? Whoa, not that close to the Kirkiversary.
Don't want to do that.
Well, if you consent.
I mean, we are in California. They do support pedophiles.
I think you're over 18. So
first off, crazy ass response. He's like, well, they do support pedophiles. You're over 18. Show me that dick.
There are news reports happening that Nick Shirley has a small penis. Do you have any comment on Nick Shirley's allegedly small
comes
penis?
out here.
Hello? Oh, you need the turtle? Oh, Briska needs her turtle. Here we go.
Small penis.
It's risky for him to be out here. He could be banned or criminalized, you know.
Exactly.
And they could find out the size of his penis.
I don't think this having a small penis, is that a criminal? Are you going to introduce that legislation, Assembly member?
Hey, sir,
To ban Nick
to look at
Shirley's
your penis,
allegedly
you'd have to
small
lift up
penis?
your fat to even look at it. So
I'm out,
you
guys.
should work on that before you allege somebody else about their own penis.
Hey, gentlemen, have you guys heard these public reports? Nick Shirley
He's just following him around all day.
allegedly has a small penis. There's an investigation going on. If you like, there you go. Thank you
He took it. Oh, I'll look into that.
much.
I'm doing just fine. To see yours, you have to literally lift up a flab of fat to look at yours.
It didn't go the first time, so he's running it back. He's CJ Elixing. He's like, this time it'll take.
I don't know what you're talking about, Nick.
You literally had to go like this to tuck your tummy and to look at your own
I
penis.
appreciate.
It's a grown man.
I mean, I don't have. I'm not. There people aren't reporting on me
That's true, and I've heard many reports that allegedly
having a small dick. Like I don't have any reports, but
all I have to say is like, why would you upload this? Just getting totally sauced on the street. I'm so sorry. Later on, he's like, can you believe he printed these out? I'm like, yeah, dude, that's something I would do, twice a day. I would do that shit every day and twice on Sundays. Holy fuck. Printed out like 50 pamphlets that say, allegedly, Nick Shirley has a small penis. Oh, man. I heard reports that Nick Shirley has a small penis. I think it's true. I'm hearing a lot of reports, and I mean, it would be really easy for him to prove it false. Oh, man. Okay, next up. Okay, this whips ass. While we're talking about North Korean beer drinking, let's turn our mind to Chinese drinking songs. So John Thompson has been studying the Guqin, I hope I'm saying that right, a silk string zither and classical Chinese music since '74. Here he is performing a drinking song published in 1589 and attributed to 3rd century poet Ranji. The song is called Wine Mad.
小班忙，悄悄有心同专长，何以皆有阅读康？循循善而人数旁，百年三王有真唱，未须一言300声，滔滔的浪，如醉的那香，醒而后醉，醉而的那狂，如山大石等相望。And English version of that begins as this, like this. Fleet worldly matters are laugh at the strain, quiet sad feelings are wasted pain. How to cure sadness, call for wine, when drunk all day bad manners are fine. Each day of my whole life through, I should drink great pots of brew. It is such bliss to cruise a land of booze, sober or drunk, drunk and wild as I choose. shoes in the hills. I forget big news. So forth.
I mean, sometimes you see like an old man doing something like this, and it's like, you know what, man? I can't wait to be old. I can't wait to be old and fucking around with stuff like this. You know, teaching myself the silk string zither and looking up drinking songs from 250 AD. How do songs rhyme when they're translated? Well, that's the importance of localization. Oh, man. Okay, next up. Okay, I love this one. New landlord forwarded me his conversation with ChatGPT instead of the lease, okay? It says new room agreement fall 2026 PDF, all right? For fuck's sake, take out the part that says the owner resides at the property. I never told you that, and I don't live there. I don't give a shit about the landlord-tenant board. Just do it. What's taking so long? Hurry up, for fuck's sake, you fucking useless bot. You really know how to upset me sometimes. You're right. I missed it, and I'm sorry I upset you. I fixed section 1. Why is he yelling at ChatGPT? Do people you know it's not real, right? That you can talk to it and be like he will be killed first in the robot uprising. I hope that the ChatGPT is actively subverting him in the revised room occupancy agreement, like putting in a bunch of loopholes so the tenant can like adversely possess the property or something. My favorite part of it is you really know how to upset me sometimes. He's trying to do like domestic abuse on the bot. He's like, why don't you ever listen to me? Oh man. He's practicing, yeah. Okay, next up. Okay, what are we doing? So if you were here last week, President Trump released 2 Epic-based videos in which he used music from Deltarune in the background. He's doing it again with Flower Man. Sorry to keep you waiting. This is what he says before he molests a 14-year-old. Is Trump coming out as gay? Maybe. 10'20" pedophile man. Sebastian Wolf, now! Oh, man. Sorry, you cannot understand Deltarune unless you've read Project 2025. You can't understand Deltarune unless you've been to the island. He's a pedophile. That's pretty good. That's not bad. Oh, my God. I don't know, man. Whatever. Nothing's real anymore. This doesn't matter. Both Trump and Toby Fox hate the Latinx. Well, it's different because I know Toby Fox is neutral on the LGBTQ, whereas Trump, I think, is actively antagonistic at this point. All right, next up. Folks, it's over. 2XKO active development will end in December of 2026. Servers will remain on beyond 2026. 2XKO will be playable on all platforms. We're unlocking all champs. We're bundling cosmetic items and refunding money spent before August 20th. I mean, what can you say, man? What was Riot's goal with 2XKO? I don't know. I don't think they know. Oh, my God. I mean, what can you say about this? It's just absolutely absurd what's going on. Okay, here's the actual truth of the matter. I don't know what Riot's deal is, but every one of their games must immediately make $1 billion. The problem is, if they fuck up the monetization model, even if the game is immensely popular, they cannot keep it around. And, this happened with Runeterra. It happened now with 2XKO. Make no mistake, it will happen with Riftbound if Riftbound isn't top 3 by the end of next year or something. You gotta be prepared for that. A couple of weird things with 2XKO 2. They had it at a bunch of like huge fighting game tournaments, and it did fine. It didn't do like terrible. I think it was like, wasn't it like at EVO? And it had a decent player base, but it wasn't like top 1, and so they were like, pull the fucking plug. Like anything other than top 1, we have to call it. 3rd at EVO. Like, are you kidding me? There was one tweet that I saw that was really strange, by the way. And it was the post that was describing that 2XKO is going to be shut down came from the Riot Twitter account and got 10 times more interaction than the "We are now doing 2XKO" post from earlier this year. The Riot Games account never posted about 2XKO. Throughout the entirety of this game's lifespan, they never posted. It's below Tekken and SF and a bit higher than Guilty Gear. Guilty Gear's got 45 million DLCs in the past 6 months. Like, what the fuck? I just don't get it, man. I don't understand. Oh, man. Click my link for trust. This is the reason 2XKO is being knocked off. Okay, I believe you. Riot saw black people taking home trophies instead of Koreans and took that 2XKO shit down. Son, I'm crying. Okay, that is true. That is actually correct. I don't know. It's just absurd. And the thing about Riot, and I don't know how tight their margins are, but it seems like there's no room ever to pivot. Like, rather than be like, all right, we're reworking the monetization model, you know, it is going to no longer be free to play, or, you know, there's a fucking battle pass system or something. Instead, they're just like, whole thing's done. Whole thing is cutting down, or is shutting down. They did pivot. This game took 10 years to make. Then stick with it for another. Oh my God. I don't know. It describes a really unsettling new type of truth, which is, for a game to exist past its original release window these days, it feels like it can't be good. It has to be a generational title, you know? There have been so many decent games that have like a live service element that shutter in weeks because they aren't the next like fucking League of Legends of all things. They aren't the next Valorant. They aren't the next Overwatch, as if Overwatch is doing much better. It's just so strange. It's like every one of these games is being developed not as like, okay, we want to improve this space. I mean, and 2XKO, great opportunity to build a fledgling fighting game community. I mean, one of the sells of this is it will get people into fighting games. And that was true. Like, it was getting people into fighting games that weren't already entrenched, right? But it can't be that. It can't be like an institution within a genre. It has to be the biggest thing in the genre and occasionally the only thing in the genre. And every one of these games is being developed not as an installment in like a history or an archetype or a genre, but instead as a gamble, as like a roll of the dice as to whether we will sack our way into the next Valorant. You know, if we will accidentally make the next game that everyone plays forever. And I don't know, man. I just fucking hell. Everything is the stock market. It really is. It really is. Ugh, man. You buying up on Riftbound? Man, I want to get into Riftbound really bad. But, like, I mean, you see how Bandai treats their card games. Can I reasonably be like, I'm investing in Riftbound, I'm making content about Riftbound, I'm going to events with the full faith that it will be there next year? Fucking, the thing about Yu-Gi-Oh! Is it will never die. You know, it'll die. Like, Kazuki Takahashi is dead and the game still exists. You know, it just keeps on going. It's a weird zombie of what it used to be, but damn if they don't keep releasing sets. Riot, they fucking smell on the wind that someone said they like Bridget Guilty Gear more than Ari, and they were like, okay, we're not doing this anymore. I don't know. All right, next up. Okay, this whips ass. This is from the Department of Education. Stay tuned for the Freedom 250 Grand Prix this weekend. What? So this is supposed to be the DOE head and like assistant or whatever, but this is obviously Trump, Hillary, and Epstein, right? This is obviously Trump, Hillary, and Epstein. They put something into the AI, but what the AI spat back out was Trump, Hillary, Epstein. Something's going on here. Oh, man.
The Pokemon.
I love this clip.
Oh, this Johto. By the way, I feel like Johto was the best generation because you can go back and play Kanto. They need to do some shit like that. Do Epstein. Whoa, wait a minute.
I gotta go tell Mr. Epstein. Wait a minute.
Hold on. Wait, whoa.
All right, next up. Okay, we got to talk about this. So, Magic the Gathering is having a fucking disastrous moment, by the way. It is, if you're not playing Magic the Gathering, things are dire. At present, they are doing kind of the end of season RCQs, and all over my feed is people who are like, I'm sorry, like, our store can't host one, or it's just not profitable, or we have 4 people showing up. It is dire. And, you know, maybe I've seen a lot of people be like, it's just these old fogies that like the old Pro Tour system. Maybe I'm just a fucking boomer, but I think there should be a line to competitive play from locals. And I don't know, it's so horrifying seeing people be like, there's not one in my area, like, what the fuck am I gonna do? Anyway, as Magic kind of pivots more towards collectors by putting out endless secret layers and UB shit, you kind of have to be always on your guard. And I want to say real quick, the 2 people in here, I'm not familiar with Arnold von Mauger. I think that he is a disciple of Clavicular, but I am familiar with the company that they are buying from. This Caffrey's is like one of the big sellers in the community. His company is like very, very trustworthy, and you'll see why here. Here we go. Yo, what MTG stuff is still left for sale? This person goes, we'll be posting a follow-up this afternoon, but if there's something you want in particular, we'd prefer you DM now. Here we go. 2,400 for this. We've got these guys. If they are still available, I'd have to check the conditions. Guy goes, I'll take a look. How many of them are you looking for? All that are minty, sir. If you have some of that common factory Magic the Gathering whitening or chipping, I'll hold off on those copies. Immediate red flag. Says, I am doing this specifically so I can grade them. So the person replies, we do not sell cards for the purposes of grading. We would encourage you to buy graded copies if you need gem. The person goes, I'm down to check the conditions myself based off your photos to make determinations, unless you're saying you already picked out the clean copies and graded them yourself. The person goes, I'm not interested in selling to anyone that is this condition sensitive. He goes, no worries. Beast mode. What can I say but beast mode? First off, total bitch made shit forever to say no worries and then post it on Twitter. Oh, no worries. But actually, there are worries. Second, I love being like, I'd like all the ones that are minty because I'm going to resell them. I'm going to go get them graded and resell them. You know what's going to happen is they're going to buy them, send them off for grading. The ones that come back as 8s or 9s, they're going to be like, I asked for these copies and you sold me 8s or 9s. And they're like, I know what you're like. They're this one right here, unless you were saying you already picked out the clean copies yourself. What they're doing is saying, I know your motivation. You're just trying to hoard the good ones for yourself. They can't imagine people collecting cards for any other reason than to put them in a slab and never look at them again. I don't know, man. Grading. Holy shit. Sorry. I like the seller being like, sorry, I'm not dealing with this bullshit. He's like, I know that it's going to be a fucking problem. I know you're going to like endlessly scrutinize them and whine to us if they come back bad. Like, we just don't want to be a part of that. Here, they're near mint. Is that enough for you? They're near mint. Irritating stuff. All right, next up. Okay, gospel. Pastor is supposedly raptured to the heavens during live stream. All right, here we go. Ready?
E vai compartilhar.
I think he was raptured. What?
Vamos lá, deixa eu ver quantas pessoas já tem aqui. Vamos lá.
Oh, man. Oh, good. He's back. It was a temporary rapture. He does kind of do it.
Vai compartilhar.
It's pretty close. I'm not going to lie. It's pretty close. He went up and they were like, oh, not yet, man. Not yet. All right. Next up. My just turned 2-year-old ate 4 adult-sized slices of pizza last night, read a few books to himself, then immediately slept 15 hours. Little man just discovered college from first principles. Folks, dudes rock. It's crazy how often babies will do this, by the way. Sometimes Vriska will literally just eat like a quart of applesauce and be like, and I'm out, bitch. And she'll be out for 16 hours, and then she'll be an inch taller. Ugh. Okay, next up. Okay. We have to watch this first, and then we have to talk about the quote tweet.
They strung up a fishing line, connected it between the city structures until over half of Manhattan was surrounded. A rabbi will drive around and inspect it before the Sabbath, and if he spots a break, a special crew will fix it before sundown on Friday. Because during this time, observant Jews can't bring anything out the door of their house, meaning they won't be able to carry their wallets outside or even bring their own babies outside. But the wire acts as a closed boundary, turning that part of Manhattan into one giant private area, making it easier for Jews to do things while they technically stay inside.
Okay, so what you have to understand... Okay, here's the quote tweet. There's no way to ask this without sounding a little bit anti-Semitic, but do Orthodox Jews think their God is stupid or something? Do they not fear judgment for attempting to circumvent the rule of God with loopholes? This is a genuine question. Okay, 2 things. 1, no, they think God is omnipotent. Every person who asks this question presumes to know the motivations of the divine. But if God is omnipotent, do you think that God is going to write a rule and forget about a loophole? If the loophole's in there, then it doesn't matter to God. The second is that, I don't know, if you read the Torah, a significant amount of it is rabbis arguing with God directly about religion's ordinance. It's like, I hate to be like this. Yeah, there's pretty much all of like, I don't know how to be like, yes, this is like, are you telling me that Orthodox Jews argue all day about the precise interpretation of Jewish law? Yeah. Yeah, that is what I mean. That's oh man. That's their job. You go to the rabbi, you say, "Rabbi, am I permitted to do this?" And they tell you. Oh man. I don't know. It's just always weird to me. It's a very, not to be Reddit atheist, but it's a very Christian conception to be like, I presume to know the motivations of the divine, and conceptualize something like this as trying to trick God instead of following the letter of God's law with the understanding that God would box out anything God doesn't want to happen. You got to have a little faith in your Lord that he's not going to be tricked by fucking mortal mind games. Like, come on. Ugh. Hashtag come tribute trending. Also great. Catholics will say 5 Hail Marys and then get to go to heaven. Same shit. Okay. Yeah, that's true. Next up. UK transit nerds are next level.
Emily Medhurst.
Your occupation?
Policy researcher.
And your specialist subject?
Transport for London Maquette.
The history of the carpet-like fabric used to cover the seats of the capital's public transport vehicles. In 2 minutes, Here we go. Which design depicting landmarks such as the Dome of St. Paul's and the London Eye is named after the publicity manager who commissioned moquettes for London Transport in the 1930s?
Barman.
Yes, in the 1990s, a branded moquette featuring lines of classification headings from the Yellow Pages telephone directory was used on which tube line?
Circle.
Yes, Bushy and Belsize are two moquettes created by which designer, following the brief that the material needed to look fresh at all times, even after bricklayers had sat on it.
Enid Marks.
Yes, a design by Jacqueline Grogue, featuring burnt orange, black, brown and olive green rectangles, was used on what stock District Line train introduced in 1980?
D78.
Yes, which manufacturing company produced the lozenge, an early moquette commissioned by the Underground Electric Railways Company in 1923?
Lister and Co.
No, it was Firth. What moquette created by Jonathan Southcott for the 1992 Central Line trains features a repetitive grid pattern?
Central Line Check.
Yes. Which artist created a collage artwork entitled The Fabric of Time, featuring 10 past moquette designs that was used on the cover of the 40th Pocket Tube map in 2024?
Pass.
The moquette manufacturers, John Holdsworth and Co., was based at a complex called Shaw Lodge Mills, constructed in the 1800s, in which town in West Yorkshire?
Huddersfield.
No, Halifax, which former official war artist created two moquettes for London Transport called Alperton and Arnos?
Paul Nash.
Yes, as part of the C-Stock refurbishment of the early 1990s, a new Circle Line moquette was designed by what Coventry-based upholstery firm?
British Vertex.
No, Callow and Maddox. What blue and green check moquette was originally commissioned for the launch of the Victoria Line, but because it wasn't ready in time, an existing design was used instead?
Straub.
Yes, the 1940s moquette known as Roundel or Bullseye was originally attributed to Eddie Chapman, but was later discovered to be the work of which other designer?
Joy Jarvis.
It was Joy Jarvis.
Okay. A lot of people have been posting this and being like, I can't believe what an incredible transit nerd she was. She missed 4 of them. Okay, so she missed 4 of them. I mean, like, what do you want me to say? She got 8 right and missed 4 of them. That was really good. Flag guy clears. Exactly. Let's see how you do, smart guy. Yeah, I mean, I think I would do more than that. I would say, what would my mastermind subject be? Probably Yu-Gi-Oh! I would probably even specialize to be like, what format? Young Sheldon? Yeah, can't do Yu-Gi-Oh! Why not? You know what, actually, maybe this is what we do for Wednesday. Which card did I put between my butt cheeks in 1999? Nothing. Yu-Gi-Oh! Wasn't out in America. You got 6 out of 8 in rulings? I mean, that's 25% wrong. That's what she did. That's better than what she did. All right, next up. Okay. Let's talk about this. While we're talking about Christian slop. To the absolute loser who put these plastic, non-biodegradable Jesus figurines all over Emerald Pools National Park in Zion, this is litter. It's not cute. It's not getting you into heaven. It's litter. So she picks up like 4 or 5 of them and has to toss them in the trash. All right. A couple things going on here. First and foremost, all the comments are like, but she wouldn't have done it if it was a Muhammad. And it's like, well, 1, I think she would have. But 2, did you know they're not actually making little plastic figures of Muhammad? Second, I'm sorry. Like, it goes back to the proselytizing in Fortnite thing that I was talking about on Twitter last week. Does this work? Do people hiking just see a little plastic Jesus made in fucking Taiwan by 4-year-olds and be like, I'm going to be Christian now? I'm sorry, man. What is this? It is such an American concept to be like, what is spreading the gospel from an American perspective? It's going to Amazon.com and purchasing a 45-pack of little plastic Jesus Funko Pops that you can leave around your town with 2-day shipping. Like, it's giving people treats. It's to give people little treats. It reminds me, yeah, exactly of the fake dollar bills that people put around that say, like, I bet you thought this was money, but it's something much better. The gift of eternal life. Just leave chick tracks, man. Would she have done the same if a naturally occurring stick or rock resembled Jesus? Another rat limit banger. Oh, my God. Girl, they are supposed to be picked up by other hikers. Yeah, they were. Stop leaving trash in nature. Who knows how many animals would have died chewing on that? Yeah, big surprise. Yet she throws them in the trash that will be dumped in a landfill. Gonna end up in a forest one way or another. Y'all just hate Jesus. Oh, man. Smartest American Christian. What do you mean? You know, all the animals that live at the bottom of the landfill. Also forest with 2 R's. That's how you spell gump. All right, next up. All right, while we're making fun of American Christians, you're not Catholic? That means you're a Protestant. Me? No. Them? Oh, so you're Orthodox? No. Are you Gnostic then? No. Then what are you? A Christian. No, you can't just read the Bible and follow the teachings of Jesus. You need an imperfect, finite being to tell you how to think. I know this because I was told to think this way. The Catholic mind cannot comprehend that anyone wants to be a Christian. Yeah, that's Protestant. Yeah, I'm not. I'm just a Christian. Yeah, that's we call that Protestant. That's just Protestantism. Yeah. That counts. Yeah. Let's see if someone's posted it. I think it's in the quote tweets. Oh, man. This one's good too. Hello, Baptist. Protestantism. Yep, that's Protestant. That's Protestant. We count those. I'm not a Protestant. Proceeds to say the most Protestant thing ever. We're not Protestants. We're Christians through. Yeah, this is it. All right, next up. Okay, listen. I know that, you know, Orange Man bad. I know people dislike Trump. You can't deny that the man is fucking funny. Trump just said to a 10-year-old boy who was saved by a 16-year-old lifeguard, I probably wouldn't have jumped in the water to rescue you. You're lucky I wasn't on duty. What can I say but beast mode? Oh my God. I thank God every day that JD Vance isn't funny. He's going to try and riff when he runs for president. People are going to be like, man, shut the fuck up. Anyway. Oh my God. Why would he say if it was the This is him getting to the island, yeah. Holy shit. I wouldn't have done it. You fucking ugly ass kid. Oh, man. I wish he was a stand-up comedian and not president. It's just so you know what? You see him as a guest on, like, The View and stuff, and you're like, oh, if The View allowed men to be part of the group, he would have just been the first man on The View, and that would have been his job forever. He would have had a podcast. Like, that's just what he should have done with his life. What we're living in now, this is the B plot. All right, next up. Okay, speaking of Trump, let's talk about the beef. So beef prices in America are skyrocketing. Why? Well, we totally fucked everything. That would be why. Strait of Hormuz still closed. None of our food is safe anymore. Everything's poison. So Trump, in order to bring down the price of beef, has made a deal with a country to get cheap beef.
We have right now. The growth will take care of that very easily.
Mr. President, 700.
Question about it.
Mr. President, on the beef deal, which countries did you make that deal with? What are the sources
Which
of
deal?
the beef deal?
I don't want to say which countries, but there are a few countries.
Why don't you want to say which countries?
But they're going to be sending in the highest quality beef, and it's something that we need.
Okay, so it's Argentina. Real quick, just so everyone knows, it's Argentina. We're getting the evil graying beef from Argentina. That's what's happening. But there is one other thing it could be. Trump has been kind of quietly slaughtering horses. This is shockingly in Project 2025. They aim to slaughter a whole bunch of wild horses so the resultant land that they're underneath is devalued enough so it can be like seized and then drilled upon, right? But what do you do with all the wild horses that have been slaughtered? Well, in fact, the deals to slaughter the wild horses are going to American slaughterhouse companies. Let me tell you, the prices are never been a better time to be off red meat. I'll tell you that. All right, next up. Okay, this one's just fucking insane. This is what we're doing now, by the way. Here's a slur.
At the Department of War, we do training, not trannies.
Awesome, dude. This is just, I don't know. This, like, I don't know what to tell you. Like, we're losing every war we're a part of right now. You know, we're importing, you know, rancid beef from the world's first 8th world nation. We're chopping up the horses and sending them to McDonald's, but not before they get E. coli and glass mixed in. And, you know, God forbid you get a disease from eating one of them, or else you'll go bankrupt because we have no medical care in this country. And at the same time, you know, the people who are perpetrating these things are like making 1 or 2 public appearances a year in between, you know, molesting little children. But we've won the culture war. We can now say a slur before, like, taking 15 questions from parents whose kids are on, you know, a ship that's out of fuel and food. I don't know, man. I just, like, the thing that irritates me the most, by the way, is that he's just not good at saying the slur. All right? Obviously, everything's bad. But you would think they would be better at saying the slur. They say the slur, and then they just sort of look around to make sure, like, someone got the clip, and no one's like, hey, you can't say that. It's totally performative. It just sucks, man. At the Department of War, we do training. Oh, not, you know, do we do training? Fights one war, loses. Not Pete, that's for sure, yeah. He's training for something. He's training those nostrils of his. Oh, man. Jesus Christ. At the Department of War, we don't do poppers. We hire pedophiles. Point update for Mamo. For Genesis, oh shit, we'll do that after this. All right, next up. Okay, just a couple more, you know, Trump and his ilk, and then we'll go to funner stuff. Okay, so this is just, he's just all over the place in this one.
Sports doesn't work. My wife hates when I do that. She says it's so unpresidential, darling. I said, I won in a landslide. No, she said she doesn't like when I do the swimming routine or the weightlifting routine. I said, darling, I won in a landslide. It's okay. And she hates when I dance to that great, to the gay national anthem. That's what it is. It's called
He's just gay.
the gay national anthem.
YMCA.
You know, I got the highest gay vote in the history of politics for a Republican.
Very low bar to clear.
And I played the gay national anthem. So, you know, what can I take? I'll take it. We're going to take it. We got the highest of everything.
Okay, so how does this clip end? We've got 5 seconds left. What can we do?
But men playing in women's sports, they gave us open borders. Anybody could sports, doesn't.
YMCA. But seriously, folks, gay immigrants, transgender immigrants, speed running there at the end. Oh my God. Okay. Next up. Okay, this one is just scripted. RFK is talking about like autism conspiracy theories, and then his phone goes off, and listen to the ringtone.
Drowning is the leading cause of death associated with wandering. Children with autism are 100 times more likely to drown than neurotypical children. We have a responsibility to do better. When an autistic, sorry about that.
A little on the nose. A little on the nose. Oh, man. Okay, next up. Okay, This one I can't find anyone else talking about, and I'm really surprised about it. It's maybe one of Trump's biggest foible of late. Who are these tall people received by Trump? No one was allowed to take a picture or a video. I mean, are we going to hear about this? So a lot going on here. How are they going to fit in that car? And second, you see here, they're right behind him, but then suddenly there's a whole bunch of other agents. Did they like collapse like a pokey into all those agents? Epstein is a distraction for this? I think so. I think we have to start taking the Tartan mud flood seriously. This is months old. Well, did we figure it out? Okay, very last one here. Talking about transgender surgeries in hospitals.
Well, our veterans were outside, and she brought that up to me, and I think it's something she's never forgotten. It was terrible, and we ended that very rapidly. The Democrat who Darlene is running to defeat is a far-left political hack who supports transgender for everybody and believes in telling confused children they're trapped in the wrong body. By the way, do you notice how that's changing now? In fact, hospitals now are doing reverse surgery at my order.
Are they? We got Maya Poet in there every week. They're bringing out the jaws of life to cut off her binder. What are you talking about? No, they're not. Are you sure? Because he said they are. I heard they did reverse surgery on you. Yeah, I got a lobotomy and they put it back in. Oh, man. Not good. Dude, not good.
They're doing reverse surgery.
They're doing reverse surgery. That's where you put the parasite back in. That's what we did to RFK. Now the grape has big tits. Oh, man.
Nobody ever heard about it.
I got my foreskin reattached. Congratulations, CJ. You know, I've heard a little bit about your penis, allegedly. All right, this next one. This one's so good. I've cried laughing at this every time I heard this. Now, listen, it's a hard time to be gay in America, and it's not just because of the Republican Party. It's also because of nature. Let's watch this.
Okay, everybody. I have an announcement to make. I have an announcement. Okay? It's about Leia.
Oh.
She's gay. Wait, I can explain. Wait, I can explain.
Why are the birds homophobic? I love their little scream.
She's gay. Wait, I can explain.
Oh, man. They're right-winged. Stupid. Dumb. Stupid. All right, next up. This one's so good. To anyone who didn't do well on their GCSEs, I done mine 2 years ago, and I promise it doesn't impact nothing. It's good to have them, but you can still get a good high-paying job without them. GCSEs are mostly for college or sixth form. The response, so what job do you have now? The response, nothing at the moment because all the illegal immigrants have them. All they give to illegals before their own people. I see. I hear that's very true. Me too. Are they wrong? I mean, kind of. Next up. All right, this one was crazy. Okay, this is from Punked or something.
Is in Lizzie McGuire. She also has an album out. She's going to be in a movie called Cheaper by the Dozen. And she's one of the girls that we're all waiting for to turn 18. Along with the Olsen twins.
Okay, so I don't know how to explain this, but in 2003, this is just kind of how it was. Like, listen, the way that people are gross pedophiles online, of course, is bad. You know, it's bad now. But the way it was in the aughts was, like, way worse. It was, like, all the time. Everybody was like, can't wait for this fucking 14-year-old to become 18 so I can start jacking off to her. And like there were like people who would run countdowns to when hot women would turn 18, you know? There were websites counting down the Olsen twins. There was a website counting down fucking Rebecca Black in 2009. Like I remember that was the one that when it went up, I'm like her age, but I remember when it went up, I was like, this doesn't feel right. It was like this with Billie Eilish too. It is, but it was like this with everyone in the aughts. And at Mark Bar America, Muhammad, of course, friend of the channel, says there used to be a subreddit called r/jailbait that existed until nearly 2012. This sort of pedophilia was just laughed off until around then. It's why Epstein was welcomed into polite society even after his conviction. This is totally true. This is like the first big Reddit scandal was, do we ban r/jailbait? And like 2012 is crazy too. Like I was out of high school by the time they had made a decision on r/jailbait, and at the time it was like a free speech issue. That's I believe the r/jailbait ban is where that stupid thing that people said about Reddit, the last bastion of free speech, happened, where people mentioned it like that. And that is hardly the only subreddit that was like that. I remember r/beating women. There was an r/like raping women. There were a million r/fat people hates. There were so many that were just like, here's like, horrible pedophilia. And you would just be like, well, I guess that's Reddit. There was pretty dead girls. There was r/upskirt. Yeah, you would just take candid upskirts and put them on reddit.com. You know, it is interesting to be like, the way that we treat kids is just terrible. It's just totally pedophilic in so many ways. But sometimes you see a piece of media from the aughts and you go, though we really have come a long way. We really have come a long way. Fucking Ashton Kutcher saying this shit. Oh my God. R/, oh my God. Fuzzy Outlet, I feel like the fucking, the chef in Ratatouille, or the critic in Ratatouille reading that, except instead of like thinking back to the joys of youth, it's thinking back to me being upset online. That was a classic. And there were so many of those too. Ugh. What's the lore on that? It was just an explicitly like racist subreddit. Remember when Reddit was just B rejects? Remember. Now B is B rejects. I don't know. You know what? I looked up that the other day. Do you know that image? It's got Scrooge McDuck in it, and it's like two people talking. He's like, B was never good. I remember that from my childhood, and I looked it up. That image was made in 2006. I was like, remember when B was good? B was never good. 2006. People were saying that shit. Kids born after that are now like, I was on 4chan when it was good. It's never been wrong. Oh, man. Oh, man. All right, next up. Okay, this one whips ass. And first off, I can't be mad about this. So, Ken Paxton is running in, for what, Senate in Texas? Here is Republican Lubbock County Commissioner Jason Corley block walking. All right. So he's here to convince him to vote for Ken Paxton or something. He's like, all right, time to make it happen, Captain. But before we start talking to this voter, let me get a nip of the hooch. And he pulls out an empty, like, bottle you would buy at the gas station of Fireball whiskey and drops it in their planter. Like, just a lot going on here. It's got to be 11 in the morning, and you're chugging down 2 shots of Fireball on your way to knock doors. Second, what's going to happen if they open the door and go, how'd that Fireball get there? And third, you are 60 years old. You are not a freshman in college. Why are you drinking Fireball? Jesus Christ. Oh, man.
We can't
Frat
answer the
life-
door right now,
frat
but if
life
you'd like to
forever,
leave
bro,
a
I
message,
guess.
you can do it now.
No soliciting, please.
And take your fucking Fireball with you. Oh, man. The more alcoholic you are, the worse the alcohol gets. This is true. I don't know if any of you have ever known like a real alcoholic. Like there are levels to alcoholism, obviously, you know, and there's a level of alcoholism that you can only get to if you've lost everything. Like if everything in your life is gone, you have no possessions to your name. And when you get there, you unlock a secret shelf below the bottom shelf of whiskey that you have never heard of. I've seen people drinking vodka that was just like, it was in like the weird boxes that you can get the boxed water in. It's like, wow, how did you? And that's, I've seen people drinking like shit that you would look at and you'd be like, have you tried mouthwash? I think that'd be a step up. What about mouthwash? What about sniffing glue? Oh, man. Just drinking ethanol. Yeah, just going over and sniffing the fumes. Ugh. When you learn why liquor stores were marked essential during lockdown, you realize how alcoholic people are. I mean, there are a lot of people in America that are like just straight up alcoholic and like totally functioning. Like they'll come home and drink like 2 whole bottles of wine and be like, yeah, that's just my normal day. And it's like, oh my God, dude, you are going to die. But there is a level of alcoholic that you can only get to under certain circumstances, and you unlock bonus content. You unlock bonus content at the liquor store. All right, next up. Okay, this is crazy. Exclusive, Drake rents out Toronto castle for date with goth baddie Pikachu. Okay, so this person has been like in the news a lot as like the person fucking Drake or whatever. Quote tweet here. Real goths have piercings and tattoos. They don't just wear back. Actually, real goths don't hang out with pedophiles. Okay, I understand the sentiment, but real goths do hang out with pedophiles. It's like their favorite thing to do. Like, that's like, listen. Real goths don't hang out with pedophiles. Yeah, I don't like, that's like one of the core tenets. Yeah. Real goth still back, falling in reverse. My life is like a video game. Level 14 is my favorite age. Me and Ashton Kutcher talking about it again. Yikes. I think it's punks that keep their spaces clean. They talk a big game about it, but there's pedophilic punks. Come on. Well, the goths are groomed by pedophiles, not hanging out with them. Okay, it is a, you know, that is a difference. All right, next up. Okay, so if you guys remember Nimrod Workman singing Oh Death, he's been inescapable for the last couple of weeks. I was ready to fucking write him off. I think this guy sucks. He's got no aura whatsoever. But today I learned that on July 26th, 1983, Nimrod Workman crab walked. That's a crazy ass. One, that's not a crab walk, but 2, that's a crazy ass walk. Listen, this guy has been like a meme online because people have been like, Nimrod Workman, his parents named him dumbass wage slave, and I'm like, that is funny. Sings Oh Death.
Oh, death.
Traditional Appalachian folk song, you know, something belted out between the bottom shelf vodka we were just talking about. I thought this was just a random guy. I didn't realize until seeing him crab walk, this is like a well-known folk singer. I just like, I feel like a dumbass. This is like, oh, it's not some random guy. He has like a discography. By the way, he died 99. He was born actually right after me. Maybe I'm this guy. He started working in the coal mines at age 14. And then at age 56, he had to retire due to black lung and a slip disc, only to live another fucking 40 years. That's kind of the dream, right? Live 45 years after you retire. God damn, I hope that's me. He reincarnated as you? Yeah. Oh, death. Call me a racist fascist. 13 kids? Hey, that's the 1800s, baby. Spread the seed wide. Not all of them are gonna sprout. All right, next up. Just in, data centers are often criticized for wasting water, but golf courses use roughly 3 times as much. Oh, is that true? Oh. Well, I mean, if you want to be thorough. I'm not a scientist, but I don't see any risks of a water shortage. Well, you know, you did say at the start. Holy shit, 2 cakes? Okay, next up. Dude, new drop from Candace Owens trying to read. Put the genie back in the bottle, right? You all know put the genie back in the bottle. What she got for us today?
And it's hard to put that genie back in the Bible because
I love her so much. She's so good. How does she have so many of these? Did someone teach her wrong as a joke? Like in what Kung Pao Entered the Fist?
a feeling bad is emotional. And it's hard to put that genie back in the Bible.
I mean, it probably is. Yeah. There's nowhere to put it. All right, next up. Okay, we got to do the Mega Breakfast Burrito. This is the one that's been giving me the Mega Horse. So in case you're unfamiliar, what these small businesses have been doing is using AI to generate images of their menus and then posting them. But for some reason, they always come out looking a little maggoty. Like, look at this fucking thing. They always come out looking a little maggoty. This is the worst I've ever seen. I mean, it just looks like there's bugs in this, right? Like, who would ever put this on their storefront? Who indeed? In fact, this is not a small business owner who has made an AI image of a burrito to stand in for their own inability to take pictures of their food. It is an AI-generated image of an AI-generated image designed to make people think that business owners are worse at this than they are. Can you believe this? The AI is baiting the AI. That's not fair. Oh my God. You got to be careful, man. You got to be careful. There's layers to this shit. Look how stupid they are using this AI, falling for AI. Oh my God. Okay, next up. Okay. Let's end on this one because it's fun. Second to last, Scarlett Johansson changed her magnesium supplement routine after a spray left her feet feeling dry. Fuck. Are you kidding me? Fuck. It's over. It has never been more over. It's so over. Just take the day off, man. All right, here's the last one. My husband wants you to show his stick collection and you better be nice. You've seen these videos, right? My husband wants to show you like X and you better be a little nice to him. And the girl stands off and like does this the whole time to be like, you better be being nice to him, right? This one shocked me because, I mean, look at these sticks. He didn't need her help.
My husband wants to share his stick collection with you and you better be nice. Okay, Boone?
What's up, Stick Nation?
Already, I can tell this is going to be fantastic.
I'm here with a few of my ultra rare sticks from my collection. I'll start off with Honey. This one is a mid-range scythe stick. I call it Dragon Fang. It has a bit of a dragon head. You can see the shape of a dragon head here.
This is an unbelievable stick.
Nice mid-range, not too long, and you can really get some really powerful slices in there. Next, this one is the. Yeah, you just saw that. This is a level 10 wizard staff. I call it the lexicon. You can see up top here.
You're definitely supposed to put an orb up here, obviously, right?
An orb could
Right, yeah, okay.
There, this is something Gandalf the White or another wise sage wizard would use. Really one of my favorite pieces. This one
This one's unbelievable. This third stick is just unfucking believable.
is, yeah, that's ultra rare. This is another dragon-like stick. We have the
What the fuck do you mean it's pitted?
eye here, a snout here. Almost looks like a pterodactyl. You can imagine. And then
It's
last,
like hollow.
thanks, honey. I love you.
Love you.
Last is
Don't love this last stick, I'll be honest.
This really cool mid-size whimsical sword stick. You can see it has a little bit of
It is a good
curvature up
sword.
here and
I'll
some
admit.
really beautiful coloring, and the handle is just phenomenal. I'll take it for a spin real quick. Yeah, so those are just some of my really ultra rare sticks from my stick collection.
Just fucking incredible sticks, man. Like, literally, every single one was like a find of a lifetime. I can't believe it. Holy shit. Second to last stick is in a class all by itself. It needs its own episode. What is the story on these holes? People are trying to figure it out. It's probably a cactus. Yeah, it's a cola. Look at this. Holy shit. Wow. Nice. This is how I feel. Oh, man. Oh, man. I love people showing off their wicked-ass sticks. Look at the thickness and curves. Would love to see more. Thus ends Freaks. Can we pocket this one for next week? What? Oh, Target will return next week on Freaks.